While the retail market focused on benchmark indices break their winning streak, Institutional Capital Kietelvi staged a massive 90 to 1000 crore rotation. The main targets were HDFC Bank and Bharti Airtel. This liquidity shift occurred right when rising crude pre-CES and geopolitical tensions shook the broader Nifty and Sensex. It shows us that smart money is no longer just speculative growth. Instead, it is retreating into fortress-like balance sheets. To survive this volatile macro environment, you must understand exactly where this institutional capital is hiding and why. To understand this capital defense, look at HDFC Bank's unmatched structural moat. Following its Miji Emerger, the bank now controls a massive domestic credit engine. It has an unparalleled PHYSI call branch network that acts as a low-cost deposit gathering machine. This scale allows the bank to maintain a higher competitive cost of funds. Even during tight liquidity cycles, its access to sticky retail deposits remains virtually unchallenged. This core operating strength forms a dominant credit franchise that is highly insulated from TYPI systemic credit shocks. Next, consider Bharti Airtel's operational architecture. It is no longer just a basic telecom processor. Airtel has evolved into a massive digital grid operator, spanning enterprise connectivity, cloud data centers, and digital services CES. This structural transition creates high switching costs for its corporate customers. By focusing heavily on high-value premium users, Airtel enjoys superior customer loyalty compared to its competitors. This premium POC gives the company a reliable defense against market share wars and provides highly predictably recurring cash flows. But here is where the financial metrics require careful inspection. Following the merger, HDFC Bank had to navigate temporary net interest margin pressure. This pressure was caused by high-cost liabilities replacing low-cost pari funds. However, recent quarterly numbers show a clear stabilizing trend. The bank's net interest income continues to expand as high-yield retail loans grow. While credit costs remain low, the bank is actively prioritizing profitability over pure loan volume growth. This deliberate balance sheet cleanup is beginning to support margin expansion. Over at Bharti Airtel, the financial engine is running at full speed. Recent tariff hikes are flowing directly to the bottom line, driving significant margin expansion. The average revenue per user, or ARPU, is reaching steadily. This growth is driven by customers upgrading to high-speed data plans. At the same time, Airtel's capital expenditure on 5G network rollout has peaked. This means the company is entering a high free cash flow generating phase. This transition is incredibly attractive to institutional investors seeking reliable returns. Management's strategy commentary reveals a major pivot in how they run the business. Instead of chasing market share through aggressive pricing, HDFC Bank's leadership is focusing on retail deposit mobilization. They are slowing down loan growth where necessary to bring the loan-to-deposit ratio back to historical levels. This strategy emphasizes value over volume. Management is prioritizing high-margin retail assets while maintaining strict underwriting standards. This disciplined approach suggests they are prepared to sacrifice short-term growth to ensure long-term stability. Bharti Airtel's management is expressing a high confident outlook on pricing power. They are focused on rising average revenue per user to their long-term target of 300 rupees. They plan to achieve this through premium data packages and enterprise cloud services CES. This strategy path does not rely on securing new subscribers at low margins. Instead, Airtel is focusing on deeper monetization of its existing premium base. This disciplined approach to capital allocation is designed to maximize returns on their capital employed. This shift in corporate strategy is happening against a challenging global macroeconomic backdrop. Escalating geopolitical tensions in the Middle East have sent crude oil prices higher. This pressure has directly impacted India's trade deficit and local currency stability. These global challenges broke the historic winning streak of both the Nifty and the Sensex. When global markets face uncertainty, foreign portfolio investors tend to reduce risk across emerging markets. This reduction in risk exposure puts immediate downward pressure on higher liquid, high-valuation mid-cap and small-cap stocks. Because of these pressures, large institutional funds are modifying their portfolio strategies. Instead of exiting the Indian market entirely, they are rotating capital into liquid defensive giants. These companies have the scale to absorb higher borrowing costs and inflation. Bharti Airtel's stable utility-like model and HDFC Bank's systemic importance make them natural choices for capital preservation. This targeted buying explains why these two stocks surged, adding 90 to 1,000 crore in market value, even as the broader index faced selling pressure. However, we must analyze the key risks facing these businesses. For HDFC Bank, the prima risk is systemic deposit competition. As long as retail investors continue moving savings into equity mutual funds, banks will face deposit growth constraints. This environment could force the bank to pay higher interest rates to attract depositors. That would keep net interest margins under pressure for longer than expected. If deposit growth continues to lag behind loan demand, the bank may have to slow its lending OP returns, which could limit near-term earnings growth. Bharti Airtel faces a different set of challenges. While Tara FF hikes have boosted margins, there is always a limit to pricing power. High pricing can eventually lead to subscriber loss, especially at the lower end of the market. Furthermore, telecom remains a capital-intensive industry. Future spectrum auctions and ongoing network upgrades mean that capital expenditures can never drop to zero. FNLLY, ANY unexpected changes in government regulations or spectrum fees could quickly alter the company's financial calculations, presenting a persistent risk to its cash flow projection. Looking ahead, how should we reevaluate these valuations? HDFC Bank is currently trading below its historical average price-to-book ratio. This discount exists because the market is still adjusting to its post-merger structure. However, as the bank gradually improves its return on assets, this valuation gap is likely to close. Institutional investors view this valuation discount as a rare opportunity to buy a dominant banking franchise at a reasonable price, particularly as its quarterly earnings visibility begins to improve. For Bharti Airtel, its valuation premium is directly tied to its growing terminal value. With India's digital economy expanding rapidly, Airtel's digital grid is become ing increase ingly valuable. The compound Y is SUC's full LY transform ing itself from a basic network utility Y into a high-margin digital enterprise partner. This structural transition supports a higher valuation multiple. As long as Airtel continues to grow its free cash flow and increase its average revenue per user, its long-term growth thus remains highly attractive to institutional portfolios. Let us summarize the tactical outlook. HDFC Bank is currently in a breakout watch phase. The stock is consolidating and building base support as its post-merger efficiency stabilizes. A sustained move above current resistance levels would signal strong institutional ACCU mulation. On the other hand, Bharti Airtel is displaying exceptional relative strength. It continues to trade near its historical highs, showing strong structural momentum. For institutional portfolios, these two companies represent a solid defensive strategy while they sign to weather near-term macroeconomic volatility. This 90 to 1000 crore capital rotation shows that in volatile markets, balance sheet quality is a thing. While indices fluctuate, high conviction institutional capital always seeks out structural resilience. For deeper, data-driven insights into institutional strategies, make sure to subscribe to SR Money News and turn on notifications so you never miss a deep dive corporate analysis. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Are you adding defensive large caps to your portfolio or waiting for the macro environment to settle?